What does it mean to you to consider that we are all made in the image of God, by God, from God, and that in being given dominion over other living creatures, we are meant to mirror God's care and God's connection with all that is around us? How does that change your view of what's possible? When you allow yourself to relax into the experience of God in you. Welcome to day 6 of 21 days of self-love and mindfulness. I'm the author and divine creature, Sunflower Medicine. This is a short chapter composed of a 10-line poem loaded with inspiration and expansion. As I began to realize that God is alive in me, in my body, in my thoughts, my impulses, my relationship to the divine has shifted. First of all, I'm no longer thinking of God as a man in the sky watching me or judging me or even taking pride in me. The divine is pure essence. It is so far beyond what we can fathom that for me to even pretend I can explain it would be foolish. So I can't fathom or explain the divine, but I can recognize it. And I can begin to acknowledge it in how the trees move with the wind, how the wind carries sound and smell and information to me and to all living beings. And I am humbled by the serenity that surrounds me in that divinity. But then in that no ego humility comes the beautiful realization that I too am divine. I am connected to the wind and the trees and the smells in nature and to the wisdom and the intellect of the divine and all of humanity. It is accessible. It is already available. It's just not what we were conditioned to see or hear or even sense. Today's reflection questions will help you expand your access and your view of the divine all around you and inside you. Let's look at the first question. What parts of yourself do you struggle to find divinity in? I'll be honest, as I've gotten older and had to manage my weight, I do not feel divine when my clothes don't fit. How silly is that? Take a step or 2 or 10 back and ask yourself, how much do you really think my dress size matters in my expression of divinity? Now, you might not cringe at your dress size, but maybe you have more of an issue with your ability to dance or create art or how you sound when you speak. But all of these things are opportunities for you to actually express your divinity. Art is an expression of your divinity. And the definition of art is infinite. It took me years to believe I could become a painter. My only C's in high schools were in art and home economics. I just don't have that same natural expression that those people who could just make pretty pictures and make them all very, aligned and have the scale match where everything was where it was supposed to be in the right size. I didn't have that. I didn't have pretty handwriting. And a lot of times I didn't even recognize what good was. I didn't recognize how bad mine was. I just knew I didn't have that those people who just naturally saw symmetry, saw color, and how things were related. But over time, I've been able to practice, and I've been able to create art that I'm really proud of, that's truly an expression of me, not just me trying to be somebody else, not an expression of what's going to get a good grade in my class, but a true mixture of my physical, mental, and emotional expression that now hangs on my wall. So what are the parts of yourself where you can explore divinity? Is it artistic? Is it in painting? Is it in singing? Is it in art? Is it in work? Some people, I know lawyers who truly, truly were born to practice law. It is their expression. They love expressing, interpreting, articulating, and practicing, putting into reality the concepts that are in law. And not all of us can do that. What are the parts of yourself that you struggle to see divinity? Question number 2 is the other side of that coin. What is the most natural way for you to express your divine nature? Like that lawyer. What comes so easy and natural to you? It can only be God-given. Are there gifts you've discovered where you are absolutely certain they came directly from God? Gifts that you feel not only free in expressing, but compelled to express. And when you do, you feel like you're the best in the world at it. Here's some really good news for you. There is one thing on this planet that you are absolutely the best in the world at. And that thing, no one else can do. Only you. And that is being you. Believe it or not, there are people who see you and try to be like you, especially when you're expressing your divinity. But at the end of the day, you are the world's best at being you. That includes those natural gifts and talents that so naturally express divinity. So take a minute, write down, think about what are your natural divine expressions. The last question for today. Look around, look at the people around you, look at the beauty around you, look at nature around you, look at everything you see. Where else in nature or in the world we live in do you see expressions of sacred divinity? Expand your limited, conditioned view. You currently see a fraction of what's going on around you. You can intentionally expand that. Invite the divinity, divine, to become visible to you, to interact with you. Look for it. Invite it in. Allow it. Expand your connection with God through the plants, the animals, the wind, the people that are around you at any given moment. God is that close. Take a few minutes to write that down. Write down where you see divinity. Write down your ways of inviting and expressing divinity. Put some in the chat to inspire other people and begin to get connected and experience yourself as divine. It is an honor to interact with those sacred parts of each of you. It allows me to expand my connection with humanity and with our Creator. Thank you for your work here. I will see you in day 7, and bless you.